We learned how to obtain initial basic feasible solution using northwest corner rule and how to obtain initial basic feasible solution using least cost method. And to learn the difference, we are solving all the methods in the same numerical. And just for reference, the first method when we applied northwest corner rule, we got the total cost as rupees 1015. The same sum when we solved it using least cost method, we got the total transportation cost at rupees 814. This time, let us learn how to find initial basic feasible solution with Vogel's approximation method and what is the cost under Vogel's approximation method. The first step is in Vogel's approximation, for each row and for each column, we write something called as a penalty. Now what do we mean by this term penalty? Look at each row and each column and take the difference of the two least cost. Mind well, we will not take into consideration supply figures and demand figures when we write the penalties. The two least cost in the first row, the least cost is 10. 10 के बाद the immediate least cost is 19. The difference is 19 and 10, the difference is 9. So the penalty here is 9. Second row, apply the same concept. The least cost is 30 and the next least cost above 30 is 40, which means the difference is 10, the penalty is 10. Third row, the least cost is 8 and after 8 the next least cost is 20. The difference is 20 minus 8, that is 12. Apply the same for each column. The first row, the first column, the least cost is 19 and the second least cost after 19 is 40. The difference 40 minus 90 is 21. Apply the same in the second column. The least cost is 8 and after 8 the least cost is 30. So the difference is 22. Now C3, the least cost is 40 and after 40 the least cost is 50. The difference is 10. And the fourth column C4, the least cost is 10 and after 10 it is 20. So the difference is 20 minus 10, 10. So for each row and each column, what we have done is we have taken the two least numbers only for the cost excluding demand supply and we have written the difference, which we call them as penalty. Now what we will do is, out of all these penalties, 9, 10, 12, 21, 22, 10, 10, we look out for the highest penalty. The highest penalty is 22. Compare all these numbers, 9, 10, 12, 10, 10, 22, 21. Let's say for example the highest penalty was here, 32. Then I would have taken this into consideration. Now the highest penalty is 22, so I take this particular column into consideration. Now in this column I will look out the cell with least cost. The least cost in this column is 8. So I will have to make my allocation in this particular cell. Now in this particular cell, how many units are to be allocated? The demand here is 8. The factory has got a supply capacity of 18. So I can give all the 8 units here. I give the entire 8. Now, why should I select the highest penalty? 22. What do you mean by the term penalty? Here, in Vogel's approximation method, what we take into consideration is something called as incremental cost. So the first row, the least cost is 10. If I fail to transport in this particular route from F1 to C4, okay, at least cost of 10, the immediate next least cost available to the company is 19. Which means if I don't transport at 10, the next least cost is 19. My cost increases by 9. So my incremental cost is 9. So what does the penalty represent? Penalty represents incremental cost. which means अगर if I come to F3, the cell with least cost is 8. अगर मैंने ये 8 में ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं किया तो उसके बाद 20, कॉस्ट कितना बढ़ रहा है? 12. Let's look at it from viewpoint of customers, from column aspects. If I look at C2, the least cost is 8. I'm not taking this 8, I'm taking this 8. If I don't transport at this 8, the next immediate cost is 30. Which means अगर ये 8 रुपये में ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं किया तो सीधा मेरा कॉस्ट 22 रुपये बढ़ जाएगा. Therefore 9, 10, 12, 10, 10, 22, 21 all represents incremental cost. So अगर मैंने 8 रुपये में ट्रांसपोर्ट नहीं किया सीधा मेरा कॉस्ट 22 रुपये बढ़ जाएगा. I don't want my cost to increase. That is why I will give preference to this particular number. So now in this particular column, what is the least cost? 8. So I don't want myself to avoid this particular road क्योंकि इसको मैंने avoid किया तो मेरा कॉस्ट 22 रुपये बढ़ जाएगा. तो go to this particular 22, the highest penalty if I have to teach in terms of procedure, and in this particular respective row or column, यहाँ पे column है, I go to the cell with least cost. It is 8. How much to allocate? The demand is 8, supply is 18. Want only 8, so I give 8. So my demand becomes 0. And this factory is still left with 10. If so much is clear, now this particular customer order has become 0, which means यहाँ पे कुछ भी allocation नहीं करना है, इधर भी allocation नहीं करना है. For some time what we'll do is, let's strike this off. Why strike this off? Because anyway यहाँ पे allocation नहीं आएगा, यहाँ पे allocation नहीं आएगा. So if there is no allocation going to come here, I will not take this number 30 and 30 next time when I write my penalties. Let's look at it. The picture will become more clear once we go to the next step. ये हो गया पहला allocation. Second allocation के लिए क्या? Repeat the same step again, penalty. So this was our first round of penalty. Let's go to the second round of penalty now. अब for each allocation हमको penalties लिखना पड़ेगा. Now let's go to the second allocation. Again, the first row, the least cost is 10. The next least cost is 19. The incremental cost is 9. Second round of penalty, 9. Second row, two least costs are 40 and not 30. मैं इसको strike off क्यों किया? क्योंकि ये नंबर को next time consider नहीं करेंगे. Because 30 is gone. मुझे यहाँ पे allocate नहीं करना है. So now my two least costs will be 40 and 60. Incremental cost is 20. Penalties wrong जाएंगे तो problem भी wrong हो जाएगा. Now F3, two least cost 20, 8 नहीं लेना है. It is 20 and 40. So 20 and 40, the incremental cost is again 20. Let's come column wise. 19, 40, 21. This has become 0. कुछ penalty नहीं आएगा. C3, two least costs are 40 and 50. Mind well, do not take 7 into consideration while writing penalty. 7 is demand. So if you by mistake take 7, you will take 7 and 40 and write 33. The entire sum will go wrong. That's why draw two lines to differentiate clearly between cost and the demand. Now the two least costs are 40 and 50. This will be 10 again, and 10 and 20. So 10 again. Now look at only the second round of penalty, not the first. 9, 20, 20, 10, 10, 21. Now the highest penalty is here, 21. So go to this particular column. The least cost here in this column is 19. So this is the cell where we need to make the allocation. So how much to be allocated over here? The demand is 5, supply is 7. So I will allocate 5. ये customer का पूरा demand. Let's say demand is 5. The demand becomes 0. Now out of 7 we have given 5 here, so we are still left with 2 units. Now if the demand here becomes 0, I'll strike this off. Why you strike this off? The demand is 0, which means C1 को और goods नहीं चाहिए, इधर भी कुछ नहीं आएगा, इधर भी कुछ नहीं आएगा. Therefore, you will not take these two numbers into consideration to find your penalty for the next round. Now, to go for the third allocation, again go for penalties. Now, two least cost, it is not 10 and 19, this will be 10 and 50. जो भी strike off कर दिया है, उन numbers को अभी consider नहीं करेंगे to find penalties. So 10 and 50, the difference is 40. Incremental cost is 40. 40 and 60, the incremental cost is 20. 20 and 70, the incremental cost is 50. Column wise, this is 0. इधर भी कुछ नहीं आएगा. 40 and 50, this will remain 10. And 10 and 20, this will remain 10. Now look at the third round of penalties. 40, 20, 50, 10, 10. These both are gone. The highest penalty this time is 50. पहले यहाँ पे था, I took this column. फिर यहाँ पे था, I took the first column. Now it is 50. So let me go to this row. So if I go to this row now, the incremental cost is here the highest. Go to this row, the least cost is 20. So the least cost is 20. Don't take these two cells, these are gone. So the highest penalty is 50. The least cost in this row, come like this, is 20. मुझे ये cell में allocate करना है. So if I come to this cell now, the customer's demand is 14, but this factory can give only 10. So if the factory can give only 10, I will be able to allocate only 10. पूरा 10 दे दिया, factory supply becomes 0. What is left? The customer's demand is still left, 4 बाकी है. Now if this factory supply has become 0, यहाँ पे कुछ allocation नहीं होगा. This further gets cancelled. You need to take a pencil and fade it off lightly. Now, this particular factory supply has become 0, so we strike this off. Still, the game is not over. We have got 4 more cells. Allocation कहाँ पे करना है? Again, for the next round, for the next allocation, go for the next round of penalties. 50 and 10. 40. 40 and 60. 20. This one has become 0. कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. This is 0. This is 0. This time it will be 40 and 50. So 10. This is gone. ये cut हो गया. So now it will be 10 and 60. That is 50. Now look at the fourth round of penalties. 40, 20, nil nil. This is 10, 40, 50, and 10 and 60 is 50. So the highest penalty is here 50. The highest incremental cost is here. So let's go to this particular column. The least cost now is 10. So I come to this cell. How much to be allocated? The customer demand is 4, but this factory can give only 2. So I will be able to allocate only 2. क्योंकि factory के पास 2 ही बाकी है. So मैं 2 दे दिया, factory का supply becomes 0. अब इसको 2 दे दिया, अभी भी demand पूरा नहीं हुआ, demand still pending 2. Now this has become 0. So I cancel this. Now ध्यान से देखो, the first row is gone, the last row is gone, the first column is gone, second column is gone. Essentially, now we are left with only 2 cells. 1, 2. जब ऐसा condition आ गया, wherein there is no cost to be compared, the final step what we can do is, look, this factory's capacity is 9. Here this customer wants 7. Here this customer wants 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. So the last step what we will do is direct allocation. जब कुछ और cost compare करने के लिए नहीं है, ये 7 direct allocation, ये 2 direct allocation. 7 plus 2 9. On 0. 7 goes यहाँ पे, 2 goes यहाँ पे. See, at the end of the sum, you find there is not a single unit pending in the demand to be satisfied. There is not a single unit pending in the supply side also which is unsold. Which means this is happening only because demand and supply are same, and that the problem is a balanced one. Look at the numerical once more. 5 plus 2, 7, the original question. 7 plus 2, 9. 8 plus 10 is 18. Come column wise. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 10 is 14. 7 is here. 8 is here. 5 is 5. Which means you have not lost anywhere on your allocations, and your allocations are right. Now, we saw already 2 ways to allocate in northwest corner rule and least cost method. Let's look at what will be the cost when you apply Vogel's approximation. So I'll put it initial basic feasible solution using VAN. So from F1 to C1, we are going to transport 5 units at the rate of 19. That gives us 95. F1 to C4, we transport 2 units at the rate of 10, which is 20 rupees. F2 to C3 is 7 units at the rate of 40, so that is 280. F2 to C4 is 2 into 60 is 120. F3 to C2 is 8 into 8, 64. And finally F3 to C4 is 10 into 20, which is 200. Let us now add up the cost. This will be my total cost. This is initial basic feasible solution. I stress on the word initial, obtained using Vogel's approximation method. This will be 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 2, 10, 11, plus 8, 19, 20, 21, plus x is 27, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The cost is 779. So now, look at the same problem. When we obtained a solution using Northwest Corner rule, the cost was 1015. When we obtained solution using least cost method, it was 814. For the same problem, when we have changed the pattern of transportation, the cost is only 779. So till now, out of the 3 methods that we have learned, you find the cost is least with Vogel's approximation method. I don't mean to teach that this is the least possible cost. No. Because we have not tested this solution for optimality. Maybe there could be another solution in which you may find that the cost 779 से और भी कम हो रहा है. तो अगर 779 से और भी कम होने का पॉसिबिलिटी है तो हमें वो सॉल्यूशन फाइंड करना पड़ेगा और वो सॉल्यूशन which will be calling it as optimal solution. Therefore, generally what you will find in numericals is in Vogel's approximation comparatively the cost comes down. That is because we are taking into consideration incremental cost. In Northwest Corner rule, it was random allocation method. Least cost method में हम लोग direct cells जहाँ पे least cost है वहाँ पे allocate करते थे. But here in Vogel's approximation, we are taking incremental cost into consideration. That is one reason why you find that the cost has come down. But I cannot comment at this stage that the cost is the least. To check whether this cost is the least or not, we go to the next step, that is checking a particular solution for optimality. And if a solution is optimal, well and good. If it is not optimal, means और भी cost कम करने का possibility है. In that case, we will have to work for modified distribution method, which we will be using to find the optimal solution. Anyways, in this video or till this particular step, the learning for us is what is least cost method, what is Northwest Corner rule, and what is Vogel's approximation method. A problem in transportation does not stop with feasibility, it stops at optimality. So, in the next video, we learn how to test a given initial basic feasible solution for optimality. If a solution is optimal, how to conclude it, and if a solution is not optimal, how to proceed. This is what we will be learning in the subsequent video. Thank you very much.